They laughed together, stood side by side at glowing premieres, and left fans swooning with every subtle glance. For many, Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei weren't just co-stars. They were the living embodiment of a love story that blurred the lines between fiction and reality. But now, something feels different. A quiet chill has crept into what once felt warm and full of spark. Dear viewers, has our favorite on-screen couple taken separate paths in real life too? Let's uncover the subtle signs, quiet whispers, and unspoken moments that are stirring up the biggest speculation yet. It all began with a drama that captured hearts across Asia. Love like the galaxy on screen. Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei brought to life a love story filled with longing, trust, and redemption. But for many viewers, especially mature women who understand the depth of human connection, the real magic wasn't just in the script. It was in the genuine tenderness between the actors themselves. They weren't flashy or dramatic off-screen. Instead, they shared soft glances, gentle smiles, and quiet moments that felt real, not rehearsed. Fans, especially older audiences with a keen eye for subtle affection, began to wonder, is this just good acting? Or is there something more? At press conferences, Wu Lei would often glance at Zhao Lusi with a calm admiration. Zhao Lusi, in turn, seemed to relax whenever he was near. Whether posing for photos or walking side by side on red carpets, there was a rhythm to their presence, a kind of emotional harmony that couldn't be faked. Online communities buzzed. They must be together, some said. Others believed they were simply respecting a private love, hidden from the intense spotlight of celebrity life. After all, in an industry where relationships are scrutinized and exploited, silence often means protection. For a time, everything felt golden. Their connection gave fans hope, not just in romance, but in the idea that two people could truly find comfort in one another, even amidst fame. But as seasons changed, so did the energy between them. Now there's only silence. And silence, for those who've watched closely, can be the loudest message of all. In the world of celebrity, silence often says more than words ever could. And recently, the once warm and interactive bond between Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei seems to have faded into a chilling quiet. Just months ago, fans could count on their regular appearances in each other's digital spaces. A sweet comment from Zhao Lusi under Wu Lei's post, a cheeky like from Wu Lei on one of her behind-the-scenes selfies. These little gestures weren't just interactions. They were signals, breadcrumbs that kept the hope alive for those who believed in something more than just friendship. But now, it's as if a curtain has quietly fallen.
No likes.
No comments.
No place el banter.
The stillness isn't just digital. Feels emotional. Feels deliberate. For longtime followers, especially those of us who've lived through real-life relationships and understand how feelings shift, this change is deeply noticeable. It's not about one missed interaction. It's about a pattern that has gone cold. And when people who once couldn't stop smiling around each other suddenly stop acknowledging one another, it's hard not to wonder, what happened behind the scenes? Some suggest they are simply busy. But fans know better. The timing, the tone, and the total lack of acknowledgement from both sides feel like something more serious, like a silent goodbye wrapped in professionalism. In an age where every click, every emoji, every online gesture is a window into how someone feels, the absence of everything is more than just a coincidence. It's a red flag, and people are starting to notice. For celebrities, every word they post online is read like poetry by their fans, especially when the words feel raw, personal, or strangely timed. Recently, both Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei have taken to social media with messages that, on the surface, may seem vague. But to loyal followers, they speak volumes. Zhao Lusi's post came first. A beautifully framed photo of a sunset, with the caption, "Some things are meant to leave. The hardest part is accepting it with grace." To casual readers, it might appear as a poetic reflection. But for those who have followed her journey, especially her sweet dynamic with Wu Lei, these words felt heavy, almost like a farewell. There was a softness in her choice of words, but also an unmistakable pain. Then Wu Lei posted a simple black and white image of a tree shedding its leaves, accompanied by the message, "Letting go is also a form of love. I'm focusing on becoming a better version of myself." Suddenly, hearts sank. Was this a coincidence? Were they speaking to each other without naming names? For older audiences who understand the art of speaking without saying too much, this felt familiar. These weren't ordinary posts. They were coded emotions, the kind we share when words are too direct, too dangerous, or too real. No names were mentioned. No events were referenced. And yet, the emotions behind the words were undeniable. Regret, growth, distance, and most of all, closure. Together, their posts felt like two halves of the same story, told in whispers, typed in silence. Whatever is happening between them, it's not just in the spotlight anymore. It's playing out between the lines, and their fans are reading every word. If social media silence wasn't enough to stir up speculation, the recent public appearances of Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei have added a new layer of mystery and concern. At a prestigious awards ceremony held just a few weeks ago, both stars arrived, radiant and graceful as always. But something was noticeably different. Where they once shared warm smiles, exchanged glances, and even posed together for photos, this time they kept their distance. Wu Lei was seen chatting comfortably with other colleagues, his expression calm but reserved. Zhao Lusi, equally elegant in her attire, mingled with fans and fellow actors but seemed to avoid any interaction with Wu Lei. The cameras captured moments where the two were in the same room, sometimes even standing not far from each other, yet deliberately avoiding eye contact. For fans who have followed their journey closely, this behavior was strikingly unusual. It was as if an invisible wall had been erected between them, a barrier that hadn't existed before. The subtle but clear avoidance sparked endless discussions online, questions about whether their personal relationship had taken a turn for the worse, or if some deeper tension was at play behind the scenes. To many mature viewers, this kind of distance speaks louder than words. It's a sign that things are no longer simple or easy. It's a moment where appearances must be maintained, but the heart is elsewhere. Whether it was professional caution, personal strain, or something more permanent, this public display, or lack thereof, added fuel to the growing rumors that the once inseparable duo may now be walking separate paths. When rumors about Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei's changing relationship began to surface, the response from their loyal fans was immediate and heartfelt. Across social media platforms, fan communities, especially those made up of mature women who have followed the stars for years, expressed a mix of shock, sadness, and above all, hope. Many wrote messages filled with nostalgia. They were my favorite couple, not just on screen but in real life. Their love felt genuine, and it gave me hope in my own relationships. Others shared their worry. I noticed how quiet they've been lately. I hoped it was just busy schedules, but now I'm afraid it means something more. Even among those who feared the worst, there was a strong current of appreciation for the bond Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei once shared. Fans recalled their tender moments in Love Like the Galaxy, how their chemistry seemed to transcend the script and touch something real. No matter what happens, their connection will always be special, one fan wrote. This outpouring of emotion shows just how deeply people had invested in their story, both the one told on screen and the one they believed was happening off camera. For many viewers, especially women over 50 who have experienced the ups and downs of love, this feels like watching a beautiful chapter close in real time. Yet amid heartbreak, there remains hope. Hope that this silence and distance might just be a difficult pause, not a full stop. That maybe, after navigating personal growth and life's twists, Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei will find their way back. Not only as co-stars but perhaps as cherished friends, or something more. The fans' voices remind us all love, in whatever form it takes, leaves a lasting imprint. Industry insiders suggest that both stars are entering new phases in their careers. Wu Lei is focusing on more mature and complex roles, signaling his transition into a deeper stage of acting. Zhao Lusi is also exploring more serious scripts, showing her range beyond light-hearted romance. Perhaps their professional growth required personal space. Or perhaps, they're simply choosing to walk separately, at least for now. Regardless of the truth, one thing remains clear. The connection between Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei, whether romantic or deeply respectful friendship, has left an emotional imprint on millions. Their portrayal in Love Like the Galaxy wasn't just acting. It was shared soulfulness, and it touched fans of all ages, including women who saw in their story the beauty of patience, resilience, and emotional intimacy. Maybe this is not an ending but a moment of pause. Maybe like stars drifting in the galaxy, they'll circle back when the timing is right. Only time will tell. Do you believe Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei were ever truly in love? Is this silence a breakup, or just part of growing up under the spotlight? Memo share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing your perspectives. If you enjoyed this story and want to stay updated on the latest celebrity insights, touching love stories, and behind-the-scenes truths from the Chinese entertainment world, don't forget, backhand index pointing right, like this video. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe to our channel up to text 24H. Backhand index pointing right, turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. From the galaxy of stars to the hearts of fans, we'll always bring you the latest with care and curiosity. Sparkling heart. See you in the next video.